Mr. Lamb, are we recording yet? All right. You guys ready to go?
Scott, I didn't get a chance to check it out yet.
Yes.
You ready?
Although that's set up at home,
I'd like to call the meeting of the Merrillville Redevelopment Commission to order for Tuesday, February 9th at 6:11 p.m. Roll call, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. White, Mr. Hardaway, Ms. Uselak,
Here.
I am here, and Mr. Pettit.
Here. 4 members, we have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda, accounts payable register voucher approval for February 9th, 2021, and approval of the meeting minutes from January 26th. Your pleasure?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uselak, seconded by Mr. Minchuk to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Is there any old business, Mr. Reardon?
No, sir.
Is under new business, we have a letter from the town and engineering administrator endorsing Core Construction's recommendation to approve payment for application number 16 to various vendors for work completed at the Merrillville Community Center. Mr. King.
Yes, sir. Town professional staff and myself, we reviewed the January 2021 billing for work completed at the new Dean and Barbara White Community Center. We concur with Core Construction's recommendation in approving payment for application number 14 to the vendors listed below in the total amount of $410,270.71.
All right, thank you, Mr. King. Any questions for Steve? Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Minchuk, seconded by Mrs. Uselak to approve application number 16 to various vendors for work completed at the Merrillville Community Center. Is there any discussion? Roll call, Mr. Svetnoff?
Yes. Mr. Hardaway.
Yeah.
Ms. Uselak,
Yes.
I am a yes. Mr. Pettit.
Yes. Motion carries 4-0. At this time, Chair will ask for a motion to amend the agenda, please, to include the assigning of appraisers for the Epic Center Merrillville Boys and Girls Club project that we discussed earlier.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Motion by Mrs. Uselak, seconded by Mr. Minchuk to amend the agenda to add the appraisers. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. At this time,
And Councilman Pettit, do you want to name those, do you want to specifically designate those appraisers at this time?
yes, I was going to turn that over to Mr. Reardon. Mr. Reardon, the 2 appraisers that the redevelopment's going to use are,
Jeff Vale, Jeff Vale and Matt Shermott,
Andy Shermott.
and, thank you, Andy Shermott.
All right. Chair will entertain a motion to appoint the 2 appraisers, Milo Vale and Associates, Jeff Vale, and Andy Shermott to do as-built appraisals on the proposed building on Lot 2 of the Merrillville property at 6680 Broadway.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Minchuk, seconded by Mr. Hardaway to approve the appraisers to conduct as-built appraisals on the property, the building on Lot 2 at 6680 Broadway. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those, roll call again, Joe?
Yes, please.
Mr. Hardaway.
Yes.
Ms. Uselak,
Yes.
I am a yes. Mr. Pettit.
Yes, motion carries 4-0. Are there any other items? I do have one item for new business for, and now that Jan is here, for Jan, Pat, and Steve. If we can, through the other committee, it looked like that last pay claim, Steve, was getting down there about $410,000. That's one of the lower ones we've had, and as we've all been through the center, we know that it's winding down. I would like to get a financial report from Core by the 23rd of February to know where we're at with, excess money, owner's contingencies, those types of things. All right. Pat, do you have anything else?
Yes, I do. This has to do with our tax increment revenue, refinancing bonds, This is an engagement letter from Piper and Sandler. And the amount, not to exceed $61.95. And so I'm presenting this to the commission, asking permission to go ahead. And Mr. President, it calls for your signature. Again, this has specifically to do with the tax increment refinance, revenue refinancing bonds. I believe Bob Swentz refers to this as the Cinderella bond.
Yes, that is correct. Leonard, you want to come in? Let the record show that Commissioner White has joined the meeting. And Chair will entertain a motion for the engagement letter. And what was the firm, Pat?
Piper, P-I-P-E-R, Sandler, S-A-N-D-L-E-R.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uzelak, seconded by Mr. Minchuk to authorize the RDC president to sign the engagement letter with Piper Sandler for the refinancing of what's being referred to as the Cinderella bond. Now, that's for Mississippi Street, right?
That's correct.
The Mississippi Street TIF district. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Hardaway?
Yeah.
Ms. Uzelak?
Yes.
I am a yes. Mr. Pettit?
Yes, motion carries. Anything else, Pat, under general orders?
No, sir. No.
Any other new business, Steve? I have a curiosity, since it's so bitterly cold and we have all this snow, when's Dyer going to start digging Mississippi Street?
Tell me 6 weeks.
That's what Puxatawney Phil said last Tuesday, didn't he? Yeah. All right, if there's no other business,
Motion to adjourn.
I don't have a gavel, Rich, so I have to hold up my fist.
Okay.
All right, Craig, we're done.